Hello and welcome to this video. In this part of the Missing You tutorial, I want to do a little bit more deep dive into the samples that are being used. They fill up the track and to make sure that the track doesn't have all of these empty kind of spots when you're listening to it. First of all, I want to note all these exhaust and white noises. White noise is very good to make sure that your high frequencies have a little bit um, more fill up in the empty spaces, such as the side chains as well, your crashes to transition more in the track. And obviously, some little bit of these fillers. I want to show what it sounds like. So, in order to create this, I put a little bit of a hardcore plugin. Let me see which mixer track this is actually being used. So I got a little bit of a hardcore preset, some distortion, some reverb delay, EQ, decapitator to create this kind of unique sound when you're listening to the track to transition between these different parts. You can play around with this. This is a creative process. There's no formula to use this. Just make sure that everything that you put in sounds good. And you have to think, do I want to put this in the background or into the front? The same with this simple sample that I transitioned between two parts. They're very quiet, but they're noticeable when they're not, when you hear it a little bit more, when you put the ear to it. If they're not in the track, it's not that they're really missing something, but like I said, they fill up the track. Same goes for this. It's not too much. Also, same kind of presets. I mean, mixer plugins to create this kind of sound. Here as well. It's not much, but it gives like this deep, dreamy feeling that I wanted to create in the track. A little of a ping. Some more of these samples. They are all basically to fill up the intro because the intro is a little bit more quiet. It's a little bit more feels more slow. The energy is not really there, so you need some of these samples to fill up the space. What I forgot is actually there's a little bit of a thunderstorm in the background. They're apparently in the background, but you don't even hear them that much. So it could be that these are left out. I'm leaving them in the track because that's how the track is now constructed. And together with more sweepers and crashes, we go towards, let me see, this is where we have the build-up. And between the build-up, you obviously want your uplifters. Some more sound effects. These are from Sample Pack from Splice, so check them out if you want. They really help to give the track some more body. I finally found the transition that I used for the between the build-up and the intro, which sounds like this. This is what I tried to recreate from Randy's and Disturb Dance with the Devil as well. Somehow I put the original sample together with a bass that has a pitch on it and some panning, and that creates this kind of moving transition effect between the intro and the build-up. As soon as the build-up is done, you want your exhaust, your sweepers to sort of introduce the part where you want to put the drop in. Drop is done. The build-up is done, I mean, and then you go towards your drop. So the drop at some point is done. And then we transition towards, once again, the mid section. A little bit of a horror sound effect from a game, SCP. It sounds really good in this track. These glittery kind of sounds, they're not too far in the front, but they fill up the space. And let's see, as soon as you get the mid section, you have your drums and everything together. At some point, we're going towards the build up towards the second drop. And what I did here is the drone increases a bit in volume. Same with this, it increases in volume, but then a little bit more in the background. And some sweeps. And how I created this sound effect is as follows. Basically what you do is you create a little bit of a part from here. It's not turned on. Make sure that the delays and the reverbs are done. They're turned off. Then record it into Edison. You extract the part from Edison. And then you, hopefully it works, then you reverse the sample, and then it creates sort of a build-up towards the drop that you want. And as soon as you've done that, make sure obviously you put some more impacts and drops, some exhaust to fill up the space. Here you have your mid-section build-up that you're creating. And as soon as the mid-section is done, you want to build a little bit more towards, obviously, the second build. And in this part here, you would normally hear the drop. So once again, I'll do it in full song. So basically, that's a little bit more in depth into the samples. Some rises you got to use, obviously. Some more of these sweeps with pitch ups, all to create a vibe that progresses towards the song, the kind of parts, the energy that you want to create within your track. So that's it for this video. If you like more in-depth video about these kind of effects, I can always make some more videos about it, and let me know in the comments. If you like this video, also like and subscribe. It helps the channel, and it creates hopefully some more views towards people that actually can get inspiration to create tracks like this. Thank you.